Welcome to the WJBM Outdoor Show, brought to you by Midwest Tractor Sales in Jerseyville. We're coming to you from the WJBM studios in Jerseyville, the voice of the Tri-Counties. I'm Aaron Quillan. I operate Monarch Rivers, where the mission is simple: kill big deer. Joining us today, a man that wears many hats, Mr. Alan Preston. Thanks for being here.
No problem, buddy.
Man, I've been wanting to get you in here for a while.
That's what's been keeping me away.
I know. I'm glad you took the bait rumors today. Well, you do a lot of cool stuff, man. Well, we'll get into that in a second. I've always wanted to know this, so I'm going to take the opportunity to ask you. Your nickname, Reloader. Where'd this come from?
Well, when I first got my driver's license, and back when everybody had CBs before the cell phone days, we would run dogs and coyote hunt, and everybody had a handle. Mm-hmm. And my dad, who used to reload a lot of shells, shotgun shells and rifle bullets for everybody, that was his handle. I just kind of inherited that, and it stuck, and that's how I got my nickname, Reloader.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. So that, I guess you just said it right there. It spells it out. It comes with the coyote culture.
Yes, it did back then, yeah.
Yeah. And the thing that's interesting, you do a lot of different hunting, but yes, your name comes up a lot when it comes to coyotes.
Yeah, I like to run dogs.
Yeah, how long you been doing that?
Probably about 40 years.
That's amazing.
45 years. Man.
That's amazing. What's so your dad gets you into that?
No, actually, no. Just some of my older friends, Randy Waters, Gary Garman.
Okay.
Guys I used to look up to when I was younger. They all had dogs. All the old timers had dogs.
Okay.
Back when I was a kid.
Yeah. Just
started doing it and liked it a lot and still do it.
Yeah. How was your season this past year?
Well, it wasn't very good. It was the running wasn't very good, and all depends on the conditions, and it was dry for a while, and it got real cold, and we only got one snow, and it was a real deep one, and
yeah,
there's plenty of coyotes, but you got to have the right conditions for the dogs to really track them.
Yeah, with the deer tracking dogs, I've become a lot more in tune with.
Oh, it makes all the difference in the world.
Oh yeah, even that nighttime dew.
Oh yeah,
will help you out.
Yeah, any moisture is good, up to a point. Can
you coyote hunt with dogs at night?
Well, we did it, and I did it with the sheriff, so I'm going to say yes, you can. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. That guy is amazing. You guys have been friends for a long time. Is that through coyote hunting or waterfowl hunting? What?
Through coyote hunting, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I've really enjoyed getting to know him. I think one of the, things that, because I'm not from here originally.
We can tell.
Yeah, that's the truth, right?
You sound funny.
You humanized Bill one time on Facebook for me. You made a post. You guys were sitting there duck hunting.
Yeah, that was pretty mean of me.
That was hilarious. It said something like, if I don't remember, you'd probably share it better than I would. What did it say? It said something about if you get in trouble.
Yeah, he is actually a very good shot.
Oh yeah.
Very good shot.
Oh yeah.
Expert. But that day he was having trouble getting the beat on them birds, and I kind of made the statement that if I ever got in trouble and he was going to arrest me, I would run and take my chances after what I saw, because I know I'd be safe if we go to shooting.
Oh, but it's like when I saw that, it really kind of I talked to Poacher, from time to time and stuff, but he was always in a uniform.
Right.
I got to meet him on a few different occasions, but he was always in a uniform. And then when I saw that, I was just like, it was great. Not only did I laugh, but it made me, just kind of look at him from a different lens, I guess you could say. So with the coyote hunting, I think there's probably been a lot of changes in the past 40 years.
Oh, yes.
What are some of the changes that you as an expert coyote hunter would?
Well, I don't know if I'm an expert coyote hunter.
Okay, I'll say you're an expert, that's for sure.
But technology has changed a lot.
Okay.
When I first started hunting, you just turn your dogs loose and you hope they've made it home, in a few days. You'd lose them for days at a time, and usually they would come back, or somebody would call you. You had your name and their number on their collar.
Okay.
And then they come out with telemetry collars, or they would beep and give off a signal, and you could hold a receiver, and they'd give you the direction, and you could kind of tell how far away they were, and you could find them that way. But they would get outside of its range, and then you was back to square one, or you'd have to drive around in circles, increasing it to find them. Well, now they got Garmin's, and you know exactly where they are, where they've been, and it's just changed everything.
Okay. Are you more successful as a result of the Garmin?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yes. It tells you what direction they're going, and a lot of times coyotes will circle, and you can tell after a couple circles where they're going to go the next time, and
okay.
It takes a lot of the guesswork out.
Okay.
It's really not as fun.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's just not as fun, but I like it more because you know what your dog is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'd say I guess with hunting, they always try and justify what we're doing, right? We're managing, conservation and stuff like that. And part of coyote hunting is predator control.
Sure.
Have you noticed a difference in terms of, what you're seeing the packs of coyotes in terms of numbers or behavior as a result of some of the technology that has come out?
Well, now everybody, thermal hunts at night, and that puts a big dent in them. I do see, as the season goes on, you don't see as many coyotes as what you would in years past.
Okay.
Unless it gets cold and the river freezes, and then it seems like we get an influx from Missouri, and they can walk across the ice, and it seems like they fill the void of what was killed here during hunting season.
Okay. So they almost migrate in.
They're pretty resourceful, and they're very, very smart, and they'll always survive, but you can keep the numbers down and keep them in check if everybody lets you get after them, that's the thing.
Yeah, there's a lot to be admired about coyotes.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Yeah. People probably, I most of the time don't look at them that way, but I do know enough to know that there's a lot in terms of survival. Everything wants them dead.
Yeah.
There's not a thing on this planet that wants them alive.
Right. Well, I'm not going to say that.
Okay.
I've heard people that had orchards before that they eat a lot of field mice and young trees. The mice will chew the bark off the trees and kill them at times, and they like coyotes and to take care of the field mice. But that's about the only people I've ever heard say that.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And
that was just an excuse so I couldn't hunt on them. I don't know. Maybe that was it. It does make sense.
Now, has that changed a lot over the past?
Oh, yes. Tenfold.
Is it? What's the big cause of it? Is it all us out-of-staters coming in here? Is it? Yeah. Is that what it is?
Yeah. It's the deer hunting. Guys buy ground to hopefully kill a Boone and Crockett buck, and they don't want anything to disturb that, which I understand that.
Yeah.
And there's not as many big farmers around in my area as what there used to be. Mm-hmm. Now you got 5 guys owning 40 acres instead of one man owning 200 acres.
Yep.
And so you got to know all 5 people instead of the one man that you grew up with their kids and stuff, or a lot of strangers, and it changes hands a lot. So.
Yeah. Now, I think as far as the coyote hunting and the dogs running, I don't I don't think that affects the deer whatsoever.
I don't either.
There's been so many times where we've had to track and put more feet to ground than what I wanted to do, or air quote disturb an area. Mm-hmm. And then the next day, those trail cams are.
Yeah, they might bump out of one ditch and go over to the next ditch, but
or just watch the dogs chase the coyote on by.
Yeah. Well, a lot of time. I mean, I don't run my dogs during deer season at all.
Right.
But years ago, we would wait till after the second shotgun season because nobody really bow hunted back then. Mm-hmm. I know that seems funny now, but used to be hardly anybody would bow hunt late season.
Right.
And we would start running our dogs after second season. Well, then they come out with pistol season.
Okay.
I think it was in January, maybe the first weekend in January, second weekend. I don't really remember, but I can remember where there was some guys from up north was pistol hunting on this certain farm, and it was cold. There was snow on, and we didn't know they were in there. We didn't have no idea they were in there, and we started going there to hunt, and all of a sudden there was people there, and we told them what we was doing. Well, they were cold and froze out. They was going to go home anyway. It wasn't going to hurt nothing. Go ahead and do it. And I think it was Gary Gutterman said, well, you guys might just want to hang around. These dogs get here and get to run. They might push something up, get the deer moving a little bit. It was too cold. They weren't moving. And we turned in this block. And, of course, the deer would get up and move around when the dog was going to step on them. And it sounded like World War III. Them pistols went off. Them hunters had a ball. When the day was over, they were like, can you guys come back next year and do this during pistol season? We've never seen so many deer. Well, the deer were just getting up and running over a little bit, then coming back. And it just made them guys' day, But,
well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the dogs, because I got to experience it for the first time snow goose hunting this year, having a dog in the hunt, and it's just a common theme. Whenever you're hunting with dogs, it always is. Makes
it better, don't it?
That's the best part of the hunt.
Yeah.
Is the dogs.
Yeah.
So from your perspective, what is it that you enjoy about running the dogs?
For me personally, I raise hounds and I raise retrievers. I like watching a pup learn and develop. Mm-hmm. Same way with horses. I raise horses. I like watching them learn and retain and do what they're bred to do. That's what I get my biggest kick out of. And once I get a finished dog, I'll still keep them around. I still like them, but it's not like watching that pup make his first retrieve. Mm-hmm. Or a coon dog tree his first coon. It's just, I just like watching them progress. I don't know, and it's kind of like they're my kids. Kind of like get a prideful feeling and watching them get better and do what they're put on earth to do,
Exactly.
So that's what I like about hunting with dogs.
Now,
plus they don't talk back.
Most of the time. Most of the time.
Yeah.
So what, retrievers, labs?
Yep.
Okay. And then what kind of coyote dogs do you run?
I have walkers.
Okay.
I did have one. A lot of guys switched to July dogs. They're tougher, faster. But I don't think they have the nose as a walker.
Okay.
I mean, a walker, you can put them on a track that's hours old at times, and they will trail that thing up. Man, it's amazing.
That's awesome.
Trailing them up and jumping.
Okay.
That's what kind I use. There's trigs. There's other different breeds, but they're not so common around here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess the factors would be nose, I guess toughness and durability.
Grit, yeah.
Stamina.
Yeah.
Would probably be one. Mm-hmm. All right. And then you got any tips on how to kind of get a pup going on the coyote?
Well, an old man, if you have other dogs around, older dogs around, that's the way to do it, just to turn them loose of them.
Okay.
But like when I was a kid, I didn't have the older dogs.
Yeah.
My dad worked all the time. He didn't have time for dogs no more. I had an older man by the name of Charles Graham, Irvin Graham's dad,
Okay.
showed me how to take a pup, take him out in the yard and find a mole run, and point down at that mole run and put your finger in it, and a pup will come and dig a mole run. That's what they do. Mm-hmm. But if you did that a few times, you could show him a track. So you could go out and see a coon at night or a coyote and point, and he would know he was supposed to go over and put his nose down, and then, progress to trailing it and stuff. And that's how I did it when I didn't have other dogs around. But the best way is to start them with other dogs.
Yeah. That's slick, though.
No, I know.
That's slick.
Them guys back then now, they fed their family with coon dogs, coon hides. So it was I ain't gonna say a business, but it was actually a matter of putting food on the table.
Okay.
If you had a good dog, so and they knew how to do it. They knew how to get it done.
Yeah.
There wasn't no YouTube videos back then,
Right.
You just learned by word of mouth and experience. And I was lucky enough to have some of the old timers show me a trick or two, and I've been pretty lucky. I've been blessed with some really good dogs.
Yeah. Well, ever since you've come out of retirement, we've had a few less turkeys in the neighborhood. I can tell you that.
I don't know nothing about that.
I'll tell you, man. Seeing some of your success, you're always doing great hunting. While you're still working, but post-retirement, I love seeing it.
A lot more time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And doing well with it.
Yeah. I've been lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, hear a word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the WJBM Outdoor Show, brought to you by Midwest Tractor Sales in Jerseyville. We're coming to you from the WJBM studios in Jerseyville, the voice of the Tri-Counties. I'm Alan Quillan. I operate Monarch Rivers, where the mission is simple: kill big deer. For those of you just joining, our guest, Alan Preston, we've been talking a lot about coyote hunting. And during the break, Alan was just kind of giving me a history lesson. We were talking about, I brought up the point that, Alan, to grow up in your generation in an area so abundant with resources and so many, I guess we'll call them old timers that knew the ways.
Yes, sir.
Such a unique position to have come up in, and so few people that probably get to experience that.
Yeah.
And then you said something about some of these old timers and their go ahead and their dogs.
Well, my granddad on the Preston side, he passed away when my dad was only like 13 or 14, but he was a commercial fisherman, which a lot of guys in Calhoun was back then. But he raised coon dogs, black and tan coon hounds, and him and Irvin Graham's dad, Charles, and everybody had coon dogs back then. They kept such good records of the pedigrees of their dogs. I think it was either UKC or AKC actually let them start with their bloodlines in their registry because they'd kept such good records themselves. And I don't know what year it would have been. It was back in the 50s. My granddad, Alan Preston, sold a coon dog for $250.
Wow.
Which was more money he made in several years fishing.
Yeah.
So they were very serious about their dogs back in the day,
Yeah.
And it sounds silly now, but that was big money back then to folks around Baytown, Illinois,
Right.
But I guess that's where I get my liking to dogs and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So growing up, was it just one season after the next until turkey season's over and depression like I feel today? Or how did this work for you? Did you have that luxury?
I'm old. Turkey hunting didn't start till, I think in the 80s maybe.
Okay.
I can remember when I was a kid, the first turkeys I saw was down by Quiller's outboard off the bluff. The state had turned them loose. And I don't know what year it'd been. I'd been in the 70s.
Okay.
But I duck hunted. You know, I'm still crazy about duck hunting. I duck hunt every day.
Yeah.
Goose hunt. But yeah, it was just a cycle between hunting and fishing.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you know, when I was in high school playing ball and stuff, but
Yeah.
I still would run and play ball or anything, and got old enough to chase girls and drink beer and stuff. But I still would get up in the morning and go hunting and fishing. It's what I like to do, like you.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
What else am I going to do?
I mean, I came to the area specifically for the resources,
Exactly.
you know.
It's pretty unique where we live.
Yeah, and peaceful.
Yeah.
It's peaceful. I'll tell you what, one thing that's interesting is, you know, I grew up in Michigan, and for almost 5 years I lived in Arizona. I wore a suit and tie. It was, you know, not, you look at me today, yeah, you wouldn't think that was the case. I was actually doing pretty good in corporate America. And then one day I just loaded up a U-Haul. I didn't quit my job or anything. I just drove back. People were like, "What are you doing back here?" I'm just like, I missed it.
Yeah.
So I went from basically Scottsdale, Arizona, back here. But it just, I don't know. I wake up every day. It's beautiful.
I had old operator buddy of mine, old Charlie Sleeper. You know, I was an iron worker, 40 years. Guys used to ask, "Well, why would you drive all the way from Calhoun to the city to work?" You know, if I was under an hour and a half one way, that was a pretty close job for me. You know, it was always at least an hour. Mm-hmm. And like Charlie told me, he said, he says, when we get home in the afternoon, we can go out in the river and go fishing or go climb up in a stand. He says, you guys got to wait till the weekend, you city boys.
Yeah,
you know,
right?
Yeah, just where we live at, we can do what we want to do every day, pretty much.
Well,
you know.
Yeah. I think for so long, you know, a lot of people ask me. I think I came back from Arizona in 2009. I think I was back full time, and you know, from that point on, I got friends in Arizona. We're like, "What are you gonna do?" You know, I got friends or family from Michigan. Like, why do you live in Campbellsville, Illinois? And then COVID happened.
Yeah.
And that question went away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually got phone calls like, "Hey, your sports team's looking for some stud ball players because we're thinking about getting the heck out of here and going somewhere where it's peaceful."
Yeah.
And you know, it just being out here in rural America, even though we're in, you know, Illinois, which has some political issues or whatever, tax issue, whatever they want, it's so darn peaceful.
I like it.
There's,
you know, and you know, I had 3 girls. None of them live in the county. They all, you know, got out of the county. There's not very many people over there that stay anymore. I stayed. I have no regrets whatsoever. I had a good career iron working. I slept at home every night, and it was a drive.
It is.
Hit a lot of deer.
Yeah.
On the way there and the way back, but I love it. I mean, I got good neighbors. You know, I couldn't imagine living in a city with somebody that I couldn't get along with on the other side of the sidewalk or the street from me. We're pretty special over there.
It's
not in a bad way. We're pretty. It's a pretty nice community.
Yeah, and then I mean Jersey, Green, anything along these rivers, the rural, the ag. I mean, there's a way of life that really can't be duplicated.
No,
I think Calhoun's probably a little bit more challenging. You know, for a couple of years I was working in the city doing that long drive.
Yeah,
you know, $750, $1,000 a month in fuel.
Yeah,
and I was dumb enough that I just kept driving my truck. I didn't get a better, more fuel
efficient.
Yeah. But
you look good in the Prius. Just saying.
You know, I'd look like Will
have your
Ferrell
legs
and the
hanging out the
other
window.
guys. Yeah.
Head out the moonroof.
Right. So I think it is a little bit harder to make a living, like a good hard lit, because you got to have the grit.
Yeah.
The guys
I agree.
that put up with that drive and do that stuff, and then you have a flood like 2019
Oh,
where
my
it
goodness.
takes 7 hours to get to St. Louis.
Yeah, you should have been around the 93 flood.
I'm glad I wasn't. So, from your unique perspective, walk me through some of the changes, things I might not have seen or known about just Calhoun, the culture, or the overall area, because there's a lot that fell off after 93.
It all changed. A lot of it changed in 93. There was a lot more living right along the river. Mm-hmm. You know, the people's houses, the actual dwellings was closer to the river. Mm-hmm. And, you know, after 93, it wiped a lot of them out, and the floods just kept becoming more frequent. So Calhoun had no water on the ridges, so you didn't see very many houses like at Blue Ridge and stuff. The people that had houses out there, as far as I know, had to haul their water.
Okay.
And then real water come in. Well, that changed everything. You could live out on the ridges and have water. You know, so a lot of the towns ain't. I mean, I could tell you, like in Cancersville, I went to grade school. There was businesses where the boat ramp is now. There were streets. And, you know, you look at it now and you'd think I was crazy to say that. But that's how it was, you know. And they're not, you know, same way with Hardin. You know, the bank in Hardin was down there right on the riverbank, you know, when I was in high school. And out of high school, yeah. Now it's, you know, it's a block up the hill a little bit, you know, and still kind of gets water close to it at times, but not like what it was in 93. It changed everything. Mississippi side the same way. Hamburg. I don't think there's any houses on Front Street anymore that anybody lives in.
No, I think they moved the one or two of them into. They raised them up.
Yeah, they got a couple cabins raised up, but them was all. You know, that was all people's houses when I was a kid. There was a store where that stop sign was. You know, I used to go down and buy candy when I was a kid.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, and Clendeny's in Baytown. I mean, they had a grill and post office. My mom was postmaster there for years.
Okay.
And you know, now it's nothing.
Right.
You know,
right.
It had 8 feet of water in it in 93. So
it's wild.
Yeah.
Now, like population-wise, this might be the least populated Calhoun's ever been.
Yeah. I don't even know how many we got. 4,000?
Yeah, it's 4,400 maybe.
Yeah, I think at one time, before my time, there was 10 or 11,000 people in the county.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it changed a lot before I ever come along as far as population-wise. Mm-hmm. But
I wonder if the sign for Campsville still says 350. Population 350.
You know, I don't know how they get 350. They counted everybody twice or something. But,
no. Yeah. But it used to be in the thousands, didn't it?
I don't.
At least 3 times bigger.
I don't know. Well, when like I say, when I went to grade school there in the 70s and early 80s, it was. I was trying to think how many stores it had. It had 2 or 3 stores and a couple gas stations and a couple nice restaurant and bars and it don't anymore.
I think it's hard for restaurants to survive.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know,
but a lot of people used to come. I can remember the ferry would just be full of people coming over on a Friday night and Saturday night to eat fish. You know.
Yeah, Louis.
That was a big thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm glad they revived the barefoot.
Yes,
there's a little bit of Calhoun heritage that has been retained.
Yeah.
You know, at least since I've been here.
Yeah, I'm glad they did too.
Yeah. So in the same, I guess, historical context, there's probably been some ebbs and flows with hunting.
Yeah, there has been.
Yeah. So, like, walk me through a little of that.
You know, I'm a big duck hunter, and it has changed so much since I was in high school.
Okay.
Numbers wise.
Okay.
You know, when I was in grade school at Kansasville, I used to get in trouble. Miss Titus used to throw erasers at me because I'd be looking out the window watching all the bunches of ducks feed over in the elder bottoms. I'm thinking, boy, I'd like to be over there, But you don't even see that nowadays. You don't see the ducks feeding out in the fields like we did, 40 years ago.
Okay.
And they're nocturnal, and they got flooded corn to rest in. They don't have to get out and feed in the dry fields like they did years ago, decades ago.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. And you snow goose hunt. Mm-hmm. There wasn't that many snow geese back then. I mean, there was a few, but not like they are now, And definitely nobody hunted them like they do now.
Right.
It was, and Canadian geese, you kill one or two a year.
Okay.
And they all went down to southern Illinois. They had to come over us at one time, but it's not like, everybody hunts them now, and it's pretty good hunting at times if you get the weather. But when I was a kid, nobody really hunted geese like they do now.
All right.
That's changed.
You seeing the same, species of ducks that you've always seen?
Well, yeah, ducks pretty much the same. Now, geese, the speckle bellies, I never knew what one of them was till probably I was out of high school hunting up Pleasant Hill Bottoms.
Okay.
What in the world is this thing? Laughing at me.
Right.
I always think they sound like they're saying he, when they're making their noise, but I never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
That's just something that's made their way down this flyway that never was before that I'm aware of.
Okay.
So,
you think it's just less local or native, resident geese and more just becoming a flyway, or do you think the flyway's changed a bunch too?
I think the flyway has changed.
Okay.
I mean, I know it has.
Yeah.
It's way changed. The mallard numbers are not. That used to be the big duck. That's everybody. I mean, you shot wood ducks and teal and stuff the first weekend of season.
Yeah.
And then you kind of had a lull till it got cold. Usually around Thanksgiving's when the mallards started showing up, and then hunting got good. Mm-hmm. Now it's not that way. You just can't really tell when a weather day is going to be or anything like that anymore. It's so unpredictable that I just go every day, and hopefully I get there on the one or two good days there is,
Yeah.
And before you could, Mom and Dad used to let me skip a couple of days of school when I was in high school. I could tell which day I wanted to skip, and it would be a good day.
Okay.
I didn't waste them days.
Right.
I think they could let me skip 2 days.
Okay.
If any of my teachers are listening, I was really sick.
So a flight day was totally different.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you got a cold front coming. You would get new birds, and I don't know where they come from a long ways, and they would be tired, and they were wanting to get down, and it was really good hunting.
Okay.
Really good hunting. And used to get 3 or 4 of them a year, maybe a few more. And now, last couple of years, maybe 1.
Yeah.
And it wasn't all day. It was only part of a day. Mm-hmm. It's changed.
Yeah.
It's changed.
Well, the breakfasts are still good, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is true. That does never change.
That's the thing about duck hunting is it's nice to go out and have actual ducks, or goose hunt and have actual geese.
It's a social thing.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deer hunting, you're by yourself, and
suffering.
Yeah. And I like it, but I like duck hunting.
Yeah.
Just, the camaraderie.
What about, so deer-wise, what do you think's changed there? You think there's been some changes?
Well, yeah. When I first started bow hunting, deer never looked up.
Ah.
Never looked up in a tree. They'd have to smell you to bust you.
Okay.
Now they walk around looking in the trees all the time.
Okay.
I mean, they have evolved.
Yeah.
That and just the pressure. There's a lot more hunters now than what there was when I was younger.
Yeah.
A lot more meat hunters back then. Mm-hmm. A lot of guys some of my buddies in school that all they ate was deer meat. In the 80s, when times was tough, all we ate at mom and dad's house was deer meat. So we wasn't hunting the horns. As I got older, I started chasing the horns, you know.
Yeah.
But back then, everybody hunted. Not everybody. Mostly everybody hunted for meat, you know. And
I think there's a lot of that still.
well, there is, yeah.
I think,
$10 beef, there's going to be a lot more.
Oh,
too,
yeah. I think
you
it's more and more of it's coming. The growing up in Michigan, there's just so many hunters, so many small land tracts. And then culturally, man, so much trespassing, and, you know, it's a whole nother level. That's a big reason why I, you know, picked up and headed out. That being said, when a gunshot goes off during gun season around here, I don't think, oh, they just got the big buck. You know, there's that natural, you know, doubt that comes, oh, they just killed my buck. Yeah. Around here, I'm like, oh, somebody shot a doe. You know, like, because there's so much meat hunting that takes place. So many guys that are shooting does, and it's really important to do.
Oh, everybody, I think they should make a rule that you should have to harvest a doe. You know, I mean, I don't know how you'd enforce it, or it'd be pretty tough if a guy only had one day off and a buck walked by first thing. But yeah, I think it would help hunting. You know, I mean, because they're overpopulated.
Yeah,
and I'm sure some of the row crop farmers would agree with me if they'd make it to where they could make you required to kill a doe, maybe before you took a buck.
Yeah,
I think it would help hunting. I'm not a biologist, but
well, I mean,
seems common sense.
My opinion is that everything that is going right in terms of deer management is happening completely on an accident.
Yeah,
I've been hunting. I think this is like 25th or 25th year hunting here.
Really?
Yeah, and
been putting up with you that long.
Yeah. Can you believe that? You'd think somebody would have burnt my house down by now, but the after 25 years trying to just the more I know about deer, the more I realize I don't know squat about deer. You know, you just the more you know about something, the more you realize you don't know. But I just think so many times in terms of understanding what you're actually shooting at, it's happening on accident more so than intentionally.
Right.
I was just talking to somebody the other day, yesterday in fact. You know, so many times I see a buck that's 3 years old, and then at 4-year-old, he's a little bit, you know, more full in the chest, more of a straight line across the belly. But then in 5, they're supposed to look more like a bull. And then 6, they're really looking like a bull, right? And then 7, and I'm not seeing that as consistently as one would expect. And so it could be hunting pressure, it could be food, it could be the amount of, I guess, breeding pressure, right? If you have so many does out there,
right?
Yeah, that's a lot of chasing.
Right. Yeah.
A couple of seasons ago,
and that's what we got now.
We do. You know, and to the point, I've gone back and forth, and there are certain people out there that are kind of starting to think, you know, 3 or 4 does for every buck, and it would be optimal, so they don't have to necessarily work as hard. You know, in deer hunting, we like to use the bar analogy. You know, you go into guys go into a bar and there's only one girl. There's going to be a fight. You know, a guy goes into a bar where it's all girls. You know, maybe the does will fight, but you know, it's not a. But then I talked to a gentleman that does a fenced-in deal, and he was saying kill all your does, because then the rut happens heavy, and there's less overall stress on the deer. But when you're talking, we're trying to manage and kill mature bucks, so there are always mature bucks. Man, on a farm in a neighborhood there, we killed a 4-year-old, I thought, ended up tooth aging at 6.5.
Really?
And I saw the deer and I was like, hey, great job. It was the guy's first whitetail ever.
Yeah.
We killed it with a bow. Great job. And as a mature buck. But when I got the tooth back, I called him like, hey, I said great job, right? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, did you get your tooth aged? No. 6.5. He goes, get out of here. Couldn't believe it.
Huh.
But that buck had been getting passed because he was never progressing the way, and they're all not going to be genetically superior, but those little minute details.
Well, it's just, exactly. And he's breeding all them other does, so that's going to weaken the gene pool even more farther down the line.
But what if he had tick pressure holding him back to where his body couldn't fully mature? Or what if he had too much breeding pressure where he's not able to recover and his body's not able to develop the way it needs to?
That might have something to do with it because, I see so many does.
Yeah.
Herds of them.
Yeah.
Herds of them.
Well, let's take another break real quick, hear a word from the sponsors, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the WJBM Outdoor Show, brought to you by Midwest Tractor Sales in Jerseyville. We're coming to you from the WJBM studios in Jerseyville, the voice of the Tri-Counties. I'm Alan Quillan. I operate Monarch Rivers, where the mission is simple: kill big deer. Alan Preston here, talking about hunting today. Alan, I want to switch it up a little bit.
Okay.
We learned a little bit about your nickname, Reloader, today, and I now feel at peace because I always wondered, why isn't his nickname Cowboy? You're one of Calhoun's last Cowboys. What's that?
Mike Banghart already had that handle.
Oh, did he have that? All right.
Sucker.
Yeah, that's a good one. Man, how long you been involved with horses?
Well, good neighbor I had when I was a kid, Denny Youngblood.
Okay.
Lived there in Mosier Hall, actually in the house where you live now.
Yeah.
And he had a girl that was my age, Kathy, and Kenny was a year younger, and I used to, play with Kenny when I was a kid, and every once in a while I'd be lucky enough, and Denny and his wife Mary would take me horseback riding.
Okay.
So I always kind of wanted to have a horse.
Yeah.
But, Mom and Dad, we didn't have no space for one. And then when I got married to Debbie, they always had horses, and bought her a horse, and I really liked it, and I bought myself a mule.
Okay.
And I coon hunted off of a mule. Me and my dad, we had jumping mules.
Okay.
And we'd go coon hunt at night and ride them mules, so you feel like going to work the next day, climbing them big old hills in Calhoun,
Yeah, yeah.
And then I liked it so much, I bought me a horse.
Okay.
And it's just a passion of mine. I just love every aspect about horsemanship and hanging around with people that had the same likes. And I spend most of my time either hunting or riding horses.
Yeah, I mean, if you're out by Mosier, Hamburg, there's a high likelihood somebody's going to see you riding down the road on your horse.
Yeah, pretty good chance.
That's a pretty good chance.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then you do like trail rides, and do you still do the trail ride, kind of from your home base?
I haven't did it for a couple years. Well, the bridge was out for one. We couldn't get trailers up the hollow.
Okay.
And then a lot of the properties I rode on have changed hands.
Okay.
I'm probably going to do one again coming up. I just got to find out who owns what now.
Yeah.
These farms change hands so much anymore. But, yeah, we have had a big ride every year. There might be 100 horses there. And
yeah.
have a good hog. in the ground or on the spick and have a good meal and a little music. And
That's awesome.
yeah.
So when people come over to do that, do a bunch of them camp out and some of them head back, or?
Well, they just all depends. A lot of them pull down there in the pasture and they have living quarters in their trailer, or they bring a tent, and we just all hang out and spend the night and ride the next day, and it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, and then you do some of these where you head over to Missouri.
Yeah, I go to Missouri a lot. I go down to Eminence, Missouri a couple times a year and do down there at Cross Country Trail Ride. They call it the campgrounds. And actually, I'm getting ready to go this Thursday, for the June ride. I think it's like the 71st year of it or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been going on for a while. And ride out through the little mountains down there and hang out on the river and visit and cut up and
that's awesome.
Enjoy the scenery.
Bonfires.
Oh yeah, bonfires. Yeah.
Probably good food.
Oh, the best food. That's one of the best things about it. And everybody's friendly and I just love it.
How many horses you take when you go down and do that?
I just take the one for me.
Okay.
I have ridden up horses for other people where I'll take a spare and trade them off, Okay. There'll be several of us go down, several of my buddies and their families and my girls, before they were married, they'd go down there with me and
awesome.
Yeah, but they're a little rowdy. I don't know. I don't know where they get it from. Unless you got it from Debbie, got it from their mom. So had to watch where I took them.
That's awesome. Now, when you do like a trail ride, you just subgroups, kind of, 25, 30 people gather and go for a ride out together, or is it's like 1,000, 4,000 people?
It can be either. Sometimes just me and my buddy will, stock up our saddlebags with some cold refreshments and take off, or sometimes they might be 50 of us. And
okay.
It's just, it just depends. Depends on the mood. Depends what kind of mood you're in for the day,
Yeah.
And a lot of times it depends on where I'm at. If I know where I might need somebody to show me the way, or I may have to show somebody the way,
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So, but these are established horseback trails, or are they multi-purpose trails?
Down there in Missouri? Yeah, they're it's Ozark National Forest, and they have designated trails.
Okay.
And you could ride down there for a week and not get over probably half of them. It's a big area.
Okay.
Big area.
And how many miles do you kind of do on, I know it's probably dependent on the day, but.
Now that I'm older and not quite so mad at them hills.
Yeah.
10, 12 miles is a good day.
Okay.
There's days you can ride 20.
Okay.
A lot of them people on gated horses, they book, man. They cover some ground.
Okay.
They fly. I got an old fat-butted quarter horse, so we don't move quite as fast.
Yeah. Well, you got power.
We got power if we need it.
Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah. You mentioned doing some coon hunting on mule. Mm-hmm. You ever fished from a horse?
Not from its back, but I've put my pole on, rode it down there to the Mississippi, there to Snai, and fished off the bank off the horse. Yeah, my dad did that before.
Ever since Yellowstone came out, it's kind of...
I'd be afraid of getting a hook in its ear or something. I could see bad things happening carrying a fishing pole on a horse. I had a hard enough time staying on them when everything conditions are perfect.
Right. Well, that scene where they're fly fishing in the river from a horseback, it's like... Man, that looks too good to be true.
Well, some of that stuff on Yellowstone, I just ain't real sure.
Yeah, I'm with you. Might be produced.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's cool, man. Well, it's always nice to get a friend in here and just chew it up. I appreciate you finally taking the bait, buddy. Man.
No problem.
Yeah, I don't know what the bait was this time, but I'm glad I finally caught you right. And I do want to say thank you for all of the invites to go fishing.
Yeah. We'll make it happen one of these days.
Yeah. Lauren's gonna have to go.
Oh yeah.
Me fishing without Lauren means me in trouble.
Well, I guess me and Lauren could go fishing if you want to stay home.
That's more likely. Oh, fishing? Yeah. Aaron, you stay home with the baby.
Yeah.
Well, appreciate you, man, and thank you very much.
Oh, no problem. My pleasure.